you.
We've known each other forever, it feels like.
Decades.
No, not decades. 17 years.
Almost 2 decades.
Almost. Yeah, we should do something for our 20th. Go someplace real nice.
Sounds like we're like life partners.
Yeah,
Yeah, my life partner.
let's get some food stamps. I'll take it Olive Garden.
Dude, I feel like I could probably get a discount if I rolled you around as you are right now with the bloody nose in a wheelchair. I bet I could probably get the meal discounted.
Yeah. Who
Are you
knows?
taking your grandfather out? No, this is my life partner of 20 years.
And he's actually younger than I am. Believe it or not, he eats a full cantaloupe a day. You can never tell by looking at him. Oh.
Oh, shoot.
Welcome on the trail here again. Trail whispers, my friend. Welcome on the trail here again. Trail whispers round the bend. Trail whispers back again.
All right, lucky number 7, baby. Roll your dice. Welcome back.
777.
Jerry, where were you during 9/11?
That's a fun question to start off the podcast.
I don't know. Just thought about it. So, yeah, we can come back to it. We could talk about 777 lottery. I got a coupon in the mail today for lottery tickets, so that was exciting.
You think you might use them?
Well, it said if you scratch it off, then you'd get $2. Like scratch off and see if you win $2 off your lottery ticket.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't scratch it off because I don't buy lottery tickets, so I don't know. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should start playing the Ohio lottery.
Hey, I saw that they contribute a lot of their money to scholarships and education for children.
Yeah, so the ends justify the means, right? So we should
I
all
think
play the
so.
lottery.
I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah. I just feel weird about it. So
Have you ever received a lottery ticket from someone?
yeah, in like a Christmas stocking or a Christmas gift. Yeah, I scratched it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, someone wants to buy it for me. I'll scratch it all day long, but the thought of buying one is never an option for me.
Yeah, and like, dude, like you see these people, and they're like, I'll take 2 number 5s and a number 4, and it's like, all right, it's gonna be $30. I'm like, $30? Like, what are you doing? You know, that's insane. That's taking my kids out to dinner. So it's like, do I
I
want
know.
a chance at winning money or sitting down at Bob Evans and enjoying a meal with my children? It's like, I don't know. That's just insane. And it's never like well put together business people. It's always like some dude that's like just struggling. And no disrespect to him, but don't spend the money on lottery tickets,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah. I think it's been eye-opening. I've seen some people a few times drop $100 on them, and I'm like, yeah, must be nice. Flush.
Yeah. It's crazy. I heard from someone recently, a friend of mine told me that you can use food stamps to go out to dinner, to go out to restaurants in some counties in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, I'd never heard that before. I did not fact check it, so if any viewers out there want to fact check that, but I was just like, that is absurd. I trust her. I think she's got some family that's on some, and so I'm like, yeah, you probably know, but it's like, dude, how messed up is that? Like, you take your wife out to Red Lobster or something, and like the dude next to you is paying with food stamps. It's like, that's crazy. But
I
Yeah.
think it's a good challenge for us. Maybe we can try and get some food stamps and go out to dinner, see if it works.
Yeah. I'll see people post on like Facebook Marketplace. I know you're not online in any capacity, but like a dude just had a handful of cash and he's like, anyone have food stamps? And I'm just like, this is such a shady system that we have where we're just selling. Yeah. Like I had a dude walk up to me at Walmart and he was like, um, he's like, hey man, you want me to buy these groceries for you? You just give me the cash? And I was like, no. He's like, I got food stamps. I was like, no thanks. I appreciate it. No thanks, man. It's like, what in the world?
Dude, you should have taken him up on it and see what happened to your money. It would have made it out that door pretty quickly.
All I had was a debit card, you know? I don't know. It's just shady. Shady, shady.
Dude, that's crazy. That's probably one of the wildest interactions I've heard of at a grocery store.
Yeah, just come right up to me, like right over my shoulder. And I was just like, no, thank you. Appreciate it. Like, not, I don't want to be rude, but it's like, dude, come on. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so down here in Florida, there's a Whole Foods, and so they're kind of like a Fresh Time back there locally in Ohio. Actually, there is a Whole Foods in Akron. Um, but it was fascinating because at the register, they have, it's called, I think it's the Amazon One app. You can actually pay with your palm.
That's crazy. So what? You
So
have it in the palm of your hand?
apparently you do some sort of a scan on your, the print of your palm, and that's related back to you. So you can literally just put your palm over it and do it.
That's,
So,
I don't know. End times, man. That's where I'm at with that. I know some people disagree, but I'm just like,
y-
I don't know.
yeah, it's crazy. I thought about how fun it could be to just screw around with them a little bit and kind of like put your eyeball up to it.
Yeah. Is this a retina scanner?
That was a tongue scan.
Yeah. No, dude, like I went outside the other night with the kids to look at the stars, and I don't know if you've
Hmm.
seen this or if you have any clear nights down there, but I saw a straight line of like 10 stars moving across the sky. And I Googled it. I was like, I said straight line of stars, and it's Elon Musk satellites.
No.
Yeah. So his goal is to like orbit the whole Earth.
Okay.
And yeah, so he's constantly adding satellites to the string of satellites. And eventually it'll just be a ring around the planet. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
how
don't know.
wild is that? Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems
Fast.
like, I don't know. This is not our grandparents' America anymore.
No. No, it's interesting because I remember down here because we're close to where the hurricane happened, what, in 2022? And I remember they had the power outage, and that's when Elon sent in like satellites and stuff so they could get back up and running.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's
So,
great technology, but it's just
yeah.
like you heard about that. Have you heard of Neuralink? That stuff he's doing?
Uh-uh.
So basically what they do is they cut a hole in your skull the size of a quarter
Okay,
and they
sign me
have
up.
exactly. Yeah, and then they have this machine like a robot wire in these cables into your brain essentially, these neurons. And then you're able to interface with this computer. But basically like the goal is to make blind people see and to make paralyzed people walk, and it's crazy. And then the long-term goal is you will be able to Google something without having to get your phone. Like you'll just be able to think stars in the sky and then you'll be able to pull up the information and know what it is. Isn't that crazy?
Dude, that's next level. Yeah, I'm ready to pay. Go ahead. Can you
Yeah.
scan real quick?
Scan me here. I'll take a right there. Yeah. Um,
Sir, we're having trouble scanning you. Can you peel your fingers back?
oh man, speaking of that, I went to the chiropractor today.
It's our
So,
sponsor.
yeah, this segment of chiropractic care stories is sponsored by Just Chiropractic off of Lee Road in North Canton. So you stop by, see Dr. Brian or one of the other doctors there and use the code witchcraft and you're going to get $10 off your first visit. That's witchcraft, WITCHCRAFT. Stop by today. First of all, I walk in and the lady with the red hair, I forget her name, Angela, I think. Yes, Angela. And you know, she's always so sweet and she's like, "Oh, I'll get you checked in." Like I like that I don't have to say my name. You're
Yeah,
probably in the same boat, right? Like
same boat.
it's nice. Like it's a big office, right? I mean, I saw saw the docs rolling in a sweet GMC, so it's a big office. They've got a lot of customers coming in and out of there, just flush with cash. And, but they don't ask my name. However, the intern was in there. Her name is Leah, and she just goes, Silverback. And I was like, it took me a second to register it. And I was dying laughing. Like I walked away and to go to the bathroom and I said it back to myself. And I was in the bathroom and I was washing my hands. I was just dying laughing the whole time. How crazy is this that I go to the chiropractor and they call me the silverback? Like, that's insane. And so, yeah, so I go in the office with Dr. Brian, and so the intern, super nice lady. I called her a lady on the last podcast, and apparently she took offense to that. So I don't not necessarily offended, but I think lady would be like a term for someone older, I guess. But I don't think about it like that. I just think it's like a polite way to say woman. Like, right? I feel
Yeah,
like woman can be rude. So lady, this is a lady.
maybe
Leah, you're a lady. Face the facts, okay?
maybe she's like old school. Maybe she prefers to be called homemaker.
I doubt it, Jerry. She's in the workforce. She's a working woman, okay? Yeah, so so the Dr. B gets started on me and then she kind of gets in there and so she grabs my foot and I was just like, whoa. I was like, you got a strong grip. And she's like, what? And Dr. Brian's like, what did you say? I was like, she's got a really strong grip, and, yeah, I don't know. And she's like, I'm trying to straighten out basically the back of my tendon in my leg. Like if you put pressure on your foot, it should relieve the pressure or straighten out this tendon. And mine wasn't doing what it was supposed to do naturally, right? Because all the tendons
Nah,
are
of
strung
course.
tight. Yeah. And so, she's trying to crack my neck and then she just couldn't get a crack out of it. And so Dr. Brian came over, he's such a gentle touch. Again, a Just Chiropractic, okay? But, cracks me up real good. And then Leah did something else behind and did something on my shoulder. And I was just like, man, you got a strong grip. And then she was saying that she is only 5 minutes from John George's. Apparently Dr. Brian played the
Oh,
podcast for the ladies in the office. And Angela was like, you gonna give us a shout out tonight? And I was like, absolutely, I will. So, yeah. And then, so Leah's like, yeah, I only live 5 minutes from there. I've never gotten a sub. I always just run there
no.
for ingredients when I'm cooking and I need something. And I was like, dude, you gotta get a sub. Get the double trouble or, that's what I said. I always get the double trouble. I know there's lots of different ones. And so she's like, yeah, I'm only 5 minutes from there. I was like, you live in Massillon? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, what brought you to Massillon? And she was like, she said, my boyfriend lives in Massillon. I'm from Pennsylvania. And I was like, oh, Pennsylvania Dutch. Are you Amish? That's why you got such a strong hands. You're, And they were just dying laughing. I was like, you're churning butter all day. What are that's what you must be doing. And Dr. Brian's like, yeah, she's milking cows. And so it was a good time. We had a good time. And, of course, feel all cracked up. It just gets your blood flowing, feels good. Totally, totally worth it. So
You're like a new
awesome.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still stiff, but it's like I'm loosened up and I feel getting some more cracks right now. But yeah. Oh man, I feel good after going.
Did
So
they get a chance to feel the back of your calves or your hamstrings?
I told her she could, but I said, she was saying about my leg not coming back, and I was like, my hamstrings are super tight. I said, you can feel them if it's not weird for you if you want to, go ahead. But I also, like, I don't want to be creepy, because it's a lady. And that's what I said to her, like, cause she's like,
Female.
you're so tense. I was like, well, I'm naturally tense, but also, like, I'm used to Dr. B, it's nothing against you. And, I don't know. What can you do?
Dr. B's got the touch of an angel.
He does gentle. He's just a gentle guy. I appreciate it. So, Dr. B, if you're listening, thanks for getting me all adjusted, my friend. Is good.
Dude,
So,
that might be the best story ever when she called you Silverback.
walking in the door, and she said it in like a low voice too, like Silverback. Like that's how it was. Like you're calling out to like a fellow team member at like on the football team or something. I'm just like, what? Who am I? What am I
Oh,
doing? But
hey, I like that you told her to check out John George's for a sub. On
yeah,
Sundays, they've got the double trouble dollar off too. So she could even go on a Sunday. She's probably not working that day. Just stop over and get one for $4.
$4. What a deal.
Dude,
Four
it's
dollars.
it's a steal.
Yeah. I know people go in there on Sundays and will like get a couple to
Mm-hmm.
take for work for the week and stuff, and it's a good idea.
Yep. Dude, I've
Support
gone
them.
in there a few times and it's been like a sunny afternoon on a Sunday and there's a couple people that have boats in the parking lot and these people will walk in and just pick up like 8, 10 double troubles just
Hmm.
walking out for so
Throw them
yeah,
in the cooler, hit the lake.
they're a hit.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, man. So that was my chiropractor appointment. It was a good time.
Dude, I will say we don't get the chiropractor while we're down here. Man, I had one of the kids, we were wrestling and one of them clipped me on the have you ever gotten just like where someone glances the side of your jaw and that you feel like your jaw just got messed up?
No.
Oh, dude, one of them just cracked me and I feel like this side of my jaw is just kind of crooked.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of missing the chiropractor right now.
Yeah, he'll get you all realigned. I'm sure it's a rib out
Yeah.
of place. Something. That's usually how it works. You're like, yeah, my arm's killing me. Well, it's a rib out. Or, it's just
Yeah.
like,
Hey,
okay,
can you
whatever.
fix my jaw? All right, put both your hands up. Now inhale. I'm going to just get into your belly button real deep. All right, we got
Yeah. And it's like, yeah. Again, witchcraft is the code.
you. Dude, one day
Uh,
when he's a paid sponsor, we'll be like, hey, remember when we used to send people your way for free?
I don't know if anyone's come there. So we've got, a couple dozen listeners, and
Yeah,
to my knowledge, no one's used the code.
yeah.
So,
Okay,
hey,
well, what was your holdup? I was a fan of chiropractic care prior to you going. What was the thing that moved the needle for you?
um,
That might help a listener.
yeah, so I had heard about going to the chiropractor. First of all, not all chiropractors are the same. So if you're near Canton, check out a Just Chiropractic for real. I'm not just saying that. Second of all, sometimes they have a bad rap. Like I've heard stories about these chiropractors and, you know, as soon as someone's in a car accident, they're just blowing people up and stuff. Like this is not what we're talking about. So I had heard about it from you. Obviously, I'd heard about it from friend Blake, his dad, and then Josh's sister, Danielle, she goes to the chiropractor as well. And so they were all these people are talking about it. And it was I think I shared this on here before, but I think it was 2021. And I'd been working at Woodland, and then I was talking to you about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something this year once a month just to take care of myself. And yeah, it's like $40. And I just go once a month. It'd be ideal to go every 2 weeks. So if you have insurance, sometimes your insurance covers it. So it's like, man, dude, just go. What are you doing? But, and it's good. Like I leave there, I'm encouraged too, because Dr. B talks to you and stuff like that. It's not just like, you're whatever was out. It's just, you're talking about life. Yeah. So I think the holdup for me was time and money. Like I don't think I believed that it was worth money, but after going now, I'm like, yeah. And now granted, I didn't have anything seriously wrong that were like, well, I have a lot of things seriously wrong, but nothing that's actually able to be fixed. Okay. I have genetic defects.
Give me the three problems you have wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So I have genetic defects that like can't be fixed, but the adjustment itself, it just kind of, I don't know, you get loosened up, you feel better, you sleep better. I feel great. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Dr. B, that second segment of talking about Adjust Chiropractic was on us.
I'll drink to that. Yeah, so hopefully I sleep good tonight. I did not sleep good last night. I don't know if you've ever done this, but you wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and you look at your phone or you look at your clock if you're 90 years old. So you look at your phone and you're like, man, it's 3 in the morning. I got to wake up at 5:30. If I go to sleep right now, I'll get 2.5 hours of sleep. And then I will look at my phone again in 15 minutes and I'm like, all right, it's 3:15. I got to wake up at 5:30. So I'll get 2 hours, 15 minutes of sleep. That's still good. That's still real good. And then like time keeps going by. And before I know it, I'm like, all right, if I go to sleep right now, I'll get 17 minutes of sleep. And I'm just like, I'm miserable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
some days are that way, my friend.
I know. It'll be better tonight. And I might take some NyQuil. That's kind of a little hack I use if I'm really struggling.
Dude, whenever I need to get put under, NyQuil is my best friend.
Yeah.
That stuff it'll knock you out.
I know. I'll take some of that tonight. But it was good. Like I kind of shared this with you before we talked, but I listened to the audio Bible at night and it was just really good for me. I needed the things I was listening to and it was just helpful. God was showing me some things. So that it wasn't wasted time, but I'm just exhausted today. So hopefully Dr. B, his gentle hands just nurse me to sleep tonight, rock me to sleep. So please do, Dr. B. If you're listening, please do.
Between the strong grip of a lady and Dr. B's gentle touch, you're ready.
Yeah. Should be the other way around, but what can you do?
Should be, yep.
Yeah. Oh well. So what's up with you,
man?
No,
that's cool. Dude, we've just been enjoying life in Florida, my friend. It is hard to beat every day. I think every day last week and this week have been sunny and in the 70s.
Wow.
Been to the ocean twice in the last week, which has been nice. We went there yesterday, spent some time, had some good seafood, just enjoying it. So
nice.
Yeah, I feel like I'm fully relaxed and I feel like I've fully embraced the stay-at-home dad mode. Because this is the start of week 3, so I feel like it took me a couple days that first week to kind of get in the rhythm, get in a good groove, and now we've kind of got a good rhythm because I've got to implement homeschooling during the daytime too, fun with the kids, work stuff as well. So there's a lot of, you're trying to keep up with a lot of different irons in the fire, but it's been good.
Do you think that
So
the YMCA will hire her after her 6-week training?
I hope. I
Yeah,
hope.
that'd
So,
be
I
a
mean, what are
bummer.
your thoughts? Yeah, it would be a bummer, especially all that money out for that and then no job.
YMCA's top notch, man. They're pretty picky. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. If you know
No,
anybody there, maybe you could put a good word in.
at the Y?
Yeah.
No, I go to the Maslin Rec Center, so I could probably say something there.
Yeah, that's probably like a last resort. That's like a tier B type of a facility.
Yeah, it's definitely not as good. I agree. No, I
Speaking
need to
of,
get back, man. I got to start working out. Got
maybe
to.
you make a commitment to all the listeners on here.
Well, let's not get carried away. I've been counting calories. I know you're against it, but I haven't. So there's a couple different ways to count calories. You can eat trash, right? Or
Yep.
you can eat good food. So like tonight for dinner, I had scrambled eggs and I had some pork tenderloin. That was my dinner. Um, I've been eating an entire cantaloupe every day for about 2 weeks now.
Okay.
So they're relatively low. I just got a nosebleed. Well, maybe I'm not as healthy as I thought. 1 second, viewers. I gotta plug my pipe here.
Oh,
Man, what in the world?
maybe if you were tapped into what's it called?
Sorry, Jerry. All right, hang on.
You're good. This will be good to keep on. I'm sure the viewers won't mind seeing you get,
Hey,
plug your
viewers,
pipe.
we're back. We're back. I don't know. When the temperature shifts, I get these. I think it's like the dryness in the air or something. Like my nose will start bleeding sometimes. So, viewers, thanks for staying with us. We're glad that you're here. Hey, if I had Neuralink, this wouldn't have happened.
Sign up now.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
What was I talking about?
Right now you sound like Harry Carey.
Oh, if the moon was made of barbecue spare ribs, would you eat it? Shoot, I know I would. It's a simple question.
You were talking about your cantaloupe, your daily cantaloupe, and you're talking about how healthy it was, and then the nose just started bleeding.
Yeah, I know. But no, cantaloupe, I was surprised at this. Like a normal sized cantaloupe, the whole cantaloupe only has 150 calories and it has like 40 carbohydrates in the whole cantaloupe, which really isn't that
Really?
much. Yeah, and so you get pretty full. So it's low sugar, it's got fiber, and I don't know. I've been eating
Hmm.
one a day. So,
Interesting.
yeah. But I've
On
been
the other
just
side of that,
go ahead.
are you feeling better as a result?
Yeah, I've lost 6 pounds in 2 weeks here, and then but the big thing I've been doing is just, I didn't realize, I think, how much I was, like, I was drinking calories by putting, like, all kinds of creamer in my coffee and stuff. I didn't realize that. And then, B, I would, like, stop off and during the day and get junk food to eat just because, if you're stressed out or you've got something you're dealing with emotionally, that helps, right? Like stress eating is a real thing. And so I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't realize, man, I was doing that a lot. So it's been a good thing for me just to kind of cut back, kind of discipline this old body a little bit. So
Yeah, I think a whole cantaloupe a day is cutting back.
yeah, medium sized melon, 150 cal. I don't know. They're good.
Yeah, no, that's
So
good. What did the doc think about counting the calories? Did he have any input?
I didn't bring it up. We were talking about What were we talking about? We were talking about the strong hands, Amish churning butter. Um, we were talking about, we actually talked about the podcast a little bit. He was asking, how do you guys come up with the stuff you're talking about, that kind of stuff. And you know, all credit goes to Jeremy, guys. I just kind of show up here. So, and it, and again, I know I've been saying this the last few, but if this is your first time watching or listening, we'd prefer to be with each other in person, but his wife is doing this training, so that's why they're in Florida. So here in a few weeks, next
Yep.
in 3 or 4 weeks, we'll be back in person. So hang in there. We'll be all right. We'll make it.
Dude, I bet you can't count down quick enough for those poppers, baby.
Yeah, those are good. I love them. Yeah, it's just I was telling Dr. Brian too, like, this has been good for me. Like, yeah, it's fun. And there's people that listen to this and are like, oh yeah, like, this is fun. I'm glad they're making this, whatever. And like, yeah, glad we can do it. But it's good to intentionally set aside time every week just to have a fun conversation with a friend.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I agree
Like,
with you.
we've known each other forever, it feels like.
Decades.
No, not decades. 17 years.
Almost 2 decades.
Almost. Yeah, we should do something for our 20th. Go someplace real nice.
Sounds like we're like life partners.
Yeah,
My life partner.
let's get some food stamps. I'll take it to Olive Garden.
Dude, I feel like I could probably get a discount if I rolled you around as you are right now with the bloody nose in a wheelchair. I bet I could probably get the meal discounted.
Yeah. Who
Are you
knows?
taking your grandfather out? No, this is my life partner of 20 years.
And he's actually younger than I am. Believe it or not, he eats a full cantaloupe a day. You can never tell by looking at him.
Oh shoot. Yeah, okay, so I was actually doing some research this week. You know me, I do some crazy food things. And so I've been doing I did yesterday just because we did some tacos at this taco truck after church, which was so nice. Super cool guy there. Super
One
cool
with the
guy that we always
Mexican?
connect
You
with.
have to order Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
No, not this one. Not this one.
Okay.
That one's closer to swim lessons. So this one's
Gotcha.
closer to church. And Julio, he is the man. So it's cool because at this church, they've got a lot of Spanish tracks and stuff. So it's nice to be able to give him one. He's pretty good with English, but like I thought, naturally it's his natural tongue. So got him a Spanish tract and we chatted for a few minutes. So that was cool. But so yesterday I kind of broke off of it, but I've been going a meal a day. So a 24-hour fast.
Oh my goodness, Jeremy.
And just load up one meal. And then that's it for another 24, cycle through. And
are
then
you
I was
doing
watching
carnivore for that one meal?
Yeah.
Like when you order at the taco truck, what are you ordering?
Well, at the taco truck yesterday, so I'm getting cilantro on it and they're doing some onions. So it's going to be more of like a keto meal for my Sunday tacos.
Okay.
But I was doing some research. Have you ever researched doing like a 72-hour on up type of a fast?
Yeah. Autophagy? Is that what you're going to talk about?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where the bad cells die off.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
No, I haven't. Are you doing it?
Could you do it with your sugar?
It would be I honestly don't know. I've done like a 24-hour fast before. I've never done a 72. So I don't know, man.
What had me fascinated, because we both share autoimmune disorders. That's kind of one of our bondings. I've got the asthma, I've got the Raynaud's, you've got the alopecia, diabetes too, right? Is that's
autoimmune? Mine is type 1 diabetes, yeah, and thyroid stuff.
So the one doctor was talking about after 72 hours, of course, you go for the 7 days. And a lot of these people talk about once you get it's like after day 2 is the hardest day. 48 hours is the hardest. Once you get past that, it starts getting easier. And then you kind of get in a rhythm. And some people are like, I almost was not looking forward to going back onto food because I was feeling so good. But
Sure,
this
I've
guy
heard
was
that.
talking about resetting autoimmune disorders. He says you can never heal yourself because you've had them, but you essentially set them back into remission. And so I thought, how crazy would it be if you did that and started growing hair?
No,
And all
no,
of a
no.
sudden you've got these luscious locks just,
I like being bald. That might sound crazy to people, but I like alopecia. I don't know. I just do. I like not having to shave. I like not having to wash my hair.
yeah.
I just like it. I don't know. When I was 11 years old, it was the worst news I ever got, you know? But right now, I wouldn't, if you told me if you fast for 72 hours, you'd get hair, I would eat nonstop for 72 hours to keep my baldness. I'm serious. I'm serious. But no, I know there's health benefits. And actually, that's a way of, I read a book. I forget the guy's name. Actually, it was an audio book I listened to, but I could get you the name of it. It was all about fasting. And it was
Mhm.
all about intermittent fasting and then long periods of fasting. And this is a doctor in Canada, and he strictly uses fasting to treat type 2 diabetes. So it's not autoimmune, but it's just all related to, blood sugar levels and all the junk
Mhm.
food you've been eating and like all this stuff. So I know there's huge health benefits to it. And we actually had a
Mhm.
goldfish that we just never fed. We'd feed it like, you know, every 3 days. And this thing lived like 5 years. And I know it's because autophagy. This thing just kept regenerating cells all the time. So,
Maybe next time you're watching your mom's dog, you could just, yeah, 72-hour
oh,
fast.
no, well, the dog is weird because it doesn't eat unless she's here anyways. Like I have to stand over top of the dog and be like, you have to eat. Come on, eat the food. So I'm glad that dog's
That's
gone.
honestly, that's how it is with my wife. She'll stand over top and just make sure, and then I'll eat. I know
Yeah.
I'm approved and okay to eat.
Old Bertha.
My my
Yeah.
my work is done. I got the list done.
Is it okay if I eat, dear?
Don't hit me.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Hey,
Um,
you had mentioned about the Maslin Rec Center. Of course, we both were not born in Maslin. Were you
sure.
born in Maslin?
I actually was born in Maslin. Yeah,
Were you?
Doctor's
I was born in
Hospital,
Canton.
Maslin, Ohio. Closed down, but
Okay.
yeah.
Grandma Steiner worked at Doctor's Hospital.
Maybe she delivered me. Ask her.
Could be. I'll ask her. Do you remember a large, robust child coming forth?
He was 6'2", 250 pounds when he was born. Did you ever see that Will Ferrell sketch where he comes out as a
Yes.
grown man? It's like, oh my goodness, it was hot in there.
Just dripping. Dude, there's something that's so, it makes me laugh and it creeps out my wife. But Will Ferrell's body hair, have you ever
Yeah, it's
noticed it?
gross. He's
It's,
gross.
there's something really curly and weird about all of it.
He's just yeah, it's gross and nasty. So what were you saying
Um,
about Maslin, the City of Champions?
City of Champions. But what are some favorite things about our hometown for the listeners? I mean, we've got a chiropractor living in Maslin, so obviously, Maslin is a desirable area
Well,
for
she's just an
even.
intern. She's just an
Okay,
intern.
so she'll probably move to a
Jackson, North
wealthier area,
Canton.
Jackson, North Canton. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
not
as an
staying
intern,
around.
she's there, and there's good things about Maslin. Just list a few for our listeners that are not from that area.
Sure. So my favorite thing about Maslin is the Maslin Walmart. So that's my favorite thing. And the reason why, viewers and listeners, is Maslin is a step ahead, and they're good at planning things. They're really good at planning. And so when they were planning, they actually had the wisdom and the foresight to put the sewage processing plant right next to the Walmart. So every time you get out of your car to go get your groceries and your cantaloupes because you're eating one a day, you get hit in the face with sewage from the people from your hometown. It just hits you. And it's just like a very welcoming, like we're all one big happy family kind of feel. And that's definitely one of my favorite things about the city. So I'd like to give a shout out to Mayor Chickenelli. Um, and yeah, so that's my favorite.
Dude, do you remember? This is going back years ago. Literally walking is either in or out of the Applebee's over there. And literally the doors open and it's just like this waft that just comes rolling in of sewage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's welcome
And that
home.
place is still standing.
All those restaurants over there. It's like, man, that's what you're competing. Like, yeah,
I know.
it's insane. So there's a whole
Dude, it's
shopping
a,
plaza over there, viewers. For you guys that aren't in the area, it's crazy. I don't know
I
how
mean,
far
you've
the
got,
plant. Sorry, Jerry.
oh, you're fine. I mean, you've got real high level restaurants over there. You've got Applebee's and you've got IHOP. Probably two of the top restaurants, I'm going to say
Chain.
nationally, just outstanding places to go.
You definitely like. Yeah, it's it's garbage, right? But
Okay, so recently you were going to take out an older couple to IHOP because he said he liked the steaks. Did you go?
we didn't. He
Okay.
told me that they couldn't go at 5 o'clock. They would need to go earlier, and I'm not able to get off work any earlier. So I wanted to go, but it just didn't work out. So he texted me
Okay.
that. It was a bummer.
That's
Really a bummer.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I'm trying. Hang on one second here. Hang on, Jeremy. I'm trying to figure this out. Satellite view. Okay. Perfect. So, the viewers, you might not be able to see this 100%, but if you look at my screen here,
all right.
where are we at? This yellow is the Walmart, okay? All these circles right up here, that's the treatment plant. So you see how close it is together? It's right across. Like, yeah, it's not like you're going to be able to put up some arborvitae's and hide this thing, okay? It's like you're processing the entire city's sewage right next to all these restaurants and these stores, and it's just so yeah, Jeremy, that's my favorite thing about the city. So what do you got?
Well, you took my answer, Justin.
Oh man,
Uh,
there's other
you know,
good things.
my favorite thing about the city, it used to be, and it's no longer, it's sold, and they kept the name kind of, but they don't have the same quality. Lieberman's.
Mm,
Dude, that place was in the family.
yeah.
It was a bakery for like over 100 years. It was like 120 or 130 years that was all in the Lieberman family. And then they sold. Dude, I took the kids there one time and I shouldn't have. I should have just said, like, yeah, we don't go there anymore. Just
Mm.
not the same. You can't try to sell energy drinks in a bakery.
Are
You
you
don't take wood
serious?
pan. They sell energy drinks in there and they painted all of the wood paneling, which was dated, but you want to keep that old dated look for where that was located. They painted it like baby blue.
Oh no.
It was tragic.
That's too
So
bad. That's too bad.
remember how good that place was? It's just a
Yeah.
gem.
Yeah.
So,
The place was legit. Really good bakery.
but I would say my favorite thing about Maslin is probably I'm gonna have to probably go with our favorite spot for breakfast. I think top of the V is just
Yeah.
they've nailed it.
Yeah,
Top of
top
the
of the
V is
viaduct. Yep.
that's the
Yep.
go-to spot.
Good little restaurant, good deal on breakfast. They used to have
Yep.
they used to have the Looney Larry for $3.99. So you got 2 eggs, hash browns, a meat, and toast for $3.99. I think it's like $5.99 now. Hashtag Joe Biden. But it was, it's still really reasonably priced, still really good food. So Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you. That's a great spot.
that's
Um,
probably my favorite thing about that area.
yeah, probably. Let me try to think if there's a legitimate thing. Um,
I mean, a big thing recently that happened was they spent a bunch of money to improve the main road, but the upside to that area that they improved was the Obi Tiger statue. I was a big proponent of getting the Obi Tiger downtown.
yeah, the big statue. Well, the thing that's funny though about that road, you might not know this, but like they spent all that money on that fancy brickwork downtown to get that M in the center. You know what I'm
It's
talking
off
about?
center.
Yeah, it's crooked. And so
Yeah.
like people were ticked off about it. They're like, you spent like millions of dollars to do all this work and like meanwhile the rest of the streets in the town are like falling apart. But you've got this in the center of town,
Yeah.
there's an M. It's just oh my goodness. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think there is some plus sides. There's some I grew up here. So there's like some things like there's a hill over by Massillon Baptist Temple that I go sledding on that I've been going sledding on since I was a little kid. So I take my kids there and that's just it's a cool thing, right? And there's like a really nice park right down the road that's, got a huge playground and baseball fields and stuff like that. So it's like, I appreciate that kind of stuff for sure. So there's some
Yeah.
good things and
You know one thing I've appreciated too is like the ability to go in and out of a city, which Massillon is small relative. Being down here, the traffic is so insane that it makes me appreciate back home. You can navigate from like Massillon to Canton so many different ways. Or if you
hmm
want to go from like Massillon to Jackson, Canton to like North Canton, you can take like so many different routes. Down here, there's like main roads, and I think because there's a lot of like creeks and areas where you can't develop like a through road. And so everybody is on the same route. So you might try
mm,
to go 2 miles and it's 20 minutes. And I'm like,
yeah,
this would never happen back home. You would just
yeah.
be like, okay, I'm going to reroute. So
Yeah, there's so many ways to get
makes me
places.
appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true. That is really nice. So, yeah, that's that. Um, let's go on here. Interesting interaction.
Yeah.
I had an interesting interaction. I went to Sheets and I was buying an energy drink. Let's just be honest, viewers, okay? And they had a deal. They were two for $4, or they were like $3 each. And so I'm like, of course I'm getting the two for $4 here, and I'll drink one tomorrow. And so I go up to the front register, and the guy rings them up, and it was like $6. And I was like, hey, I think they're supposed to be two for $4. That's what the sign said. And I always question stuff like that. I think some people don't do that, but I always do. I'm like, hang on, sign said two for $4. So he was like, oh, do you have the Sheets card? And I was like, no, I don't have a Sheets card. And so he's like, oh, I'll get one set up for you. And so he pulls out this thing. It has 3 cards on it and he said, yep, there's 3 of them here. So you take one, put one on your keys, give one to your boyfriend or girlfriend, and that way everyone's got one. And I was just like, okay, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I don't know. Like, do I look like I'm gay? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm wearing my work clothes, so I have on, I work for a deck company, a construction company, so I have on like a black collared shirt, khaki pants, and boots. And
Was your zipper down?
no, I know. That's what I thought too. Maybe the zipper's down. And so I'm like, what? Like, I didn't say anything to the guy. I was just like, oh, okay, thanks. Like, but I'm thinking to myself, like, this is the world we live in where like you have to say your boyfriend or your girlfriend. It's like, no, like just don't say anything at that point. Just say give one to somebody else. Like, that's fine. Don't do that to me, sir. I already have to go to the Walmart and smell sewage. I don't want that too. You know what I mean? Like,
I,
it's too much. It's too much. So
oh, so who'd you give the other one to?
I didn't do anything
What
with these.
individual?
I just
Okay.
put them in the car and I was just like, I'm still even processing, and this conversation happened Thursday last week, and it's Monday night right now. So, 4 days ago this happened, and I'm still processing it. So,
I'm glad you questioned that stuff. So on our way down to Florida, we had an interesting interaction. We were stopping at a coffee shop. We'll always try to support local. We'll try to find like a local coffee shop. We don't go to Starbucks. We don't go to Dunkin' Donuts. Starbucks we don't go to because we don't support them. We don't want to vote with our dollars to a company that we would disagree with, you know, a lot of things. So we go to this coffee shop and we pull in, and my wife's getting a drink, I'm getting a drink. So we're probably about $8, $9 for a drink, something like that. And so my wife hands her the money, and she hands us out the drinks, and then she gives us like $2 back. And I always say like, give like a $2 tip. But she gave us $2, and we had given her like a 50. And I
no.
was like, yes, kid you not. And I was like, hey, and my wife was completely unaware of what just happened. She's had this happen a few times where I was like, did you not get change on that? And she's like, no. And I was like, I'm pretty sure you should have gotten some money back. So either she looks very generous, or she's not very keen on what's happening. And she worked at the bank, which is the irony of it. But she literally, so I was like, hey, ask that lady, because we gave her a 50. And this lady's like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, whatever, yada, yada. She made it right, but she
Yeah,
thought we'd given her like
dude,
a $10 bill.
that's crazy.
Isn't that
I would,
nuts?
yeah, I feel like I'm always, so something I do is I collect change. So that's kind of, I don't know. I use cash usually for everything, and then I collect change. So I'm always looking for my change back.
Is your change, or so when you collect change, you mean just always after you exchange money, or are you looking for change on the ground as well?
Both. But
Okay.
what I'm doing, so my policy for myself is if I get any coins, I'm not allowed to spend those coins. They have to go in a jar. So if they give me 99 cents back, and then the next store I go to, the total's like $10.13, I'll break another dollar, and then I'll have like $2 in change, and I'll put it in the jar.
Okay. Is
So
that something from childhood?
no, I actually just started doing it like fairly, I don't know, probably a year and a half ago. So
Okay.
yeah, so I've got, hang on one second, I'll be right back. I've got a couple jars.
That's fascinating because I've got the kids looking for change on the ground.
Oh, all right, kids. Jay Rich, take care of you guys. Man, these suckers are heavy. Oh, so we got a
Look
giant
at that.
pickle jar. This is an 80 ouncer.
Wow.
That's 80 ounces. I don't know what this is, full size mason. And then I'm working on this one here. I'm almost got this one filled up. So
What
that's
are you
a
going to buy with all that?
crack cocaine. Just kidding.
Maslin is known for good cocaine.
No, I don't know. This might sound stupid, but I originally thought like I'm gonna buy a wedding ring for some lucky lady with this change. That's
I
what I
like
thought.
that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like how much change you think is in here?
Dude, you'd be shocked. We've got one like that. It's a little bit larger than your typical jar. And we've had, I want to say like 80 to $100, and it hasn't been all the way filled up.
Wow.
I used to fill up like the old oat containers, which would be probably a little bit bigger than that and get over $100. So I bet you got a good couple $100.
Let's do this, viewers. Let's guess how much change is in here. So you comment below. If you're not watching this right now, this is a mason jar. How many ounces would you say this is? 20 ounces?
Oh, I should know that. Yeah, that sounds about right. 16, 20 ounces.
I think it's got to be more than 16. It's like a standard mason jar. So full various coins. We've got some pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters, So let's guess. If there's comments, I'll count it. If there's no comments, I'm not wasting my time. So, let me know. Let me know. But
Someone,
yeah,
someone, please go out there and comment.
yeah, that's what I've been doing,
Hey,
saving the
if
change.
they guess it to the penny, you've got to give it to them.
Yeah, if you guess it to the penny, I'll give it to you. Wow, that's
I
scary
like
because it
that.
could be $100.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Is it though? Did you send the
From
dryer?
my perspective,
Did you send the dryer lint out to Ferguson 39?
no. What I need to do is I need to just send that to the office. I
You
think I'll probably
should.
send that to the office.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
that way, when
hilarious.
there's a package that shows up, they'll be like, "What's this?" It's gonna feel light and fluffy, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually asked me about it today. He was like, "So why was she saving the dryer lint? Like, was that for real?" And I was like, "That was for real." He's like, "You're kidding." And I was like, "No,
Oh
she
no.
really thought she was
Nope.
going to use that dryer lint to start a fire in an emergency situation." And he's like, "Wow." And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "It's kind of crazy, but hey,
Yeah, and when you say it's crazy, I know it's crazy because you guys both think a lot alike on a lot of issues. So
different strokes for
I'm
different
surprised you
folks."
weren't like, "Oh man, that's actually a really good idea. I should start doing that."
No, not me. Yeah.
You're above that. In the City of Champions, they raised you and they taught you how to start a fire.
Yeah, I don't need that. You know, if I get cold, I just go down by the sewage plant. Plenty warm down there. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. What a cool thing though with that change. So I've got the kids when we go to Aldi's all the time, they're always looking for carts. I said, if you see a cart out there in the parking lot, now of course like on a busy day when there's a lot of people out there, we just leave it, someone will pick it up.
Hmm.
But a lot of times we'll do grocery shopping late at night and I'm like, look for these carts because if people leave them, you can take them back to the cart corral and get a quarter. These
Yeah.
kids are always collecting quarters there. They love Aldi's from that standpoint.
Yeah. I still do that. If there's a cart out in the parking lot, I'll walk out and get it. Put the quarter in the
Yeah.
jar. Why not? I mean, it's a little exercise and I made 25 cents. What's the big deal? You know?
Um, so this is kind of jumping back to the food, but it made me think about this because I was thinking like, what if you were to do like a year long, how many dollars could you save in a year from just going to Aldi's? Quarters you find on the ground or in a cart?
I don't know. I don't
Think a
know.
couple hundred maybe?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like, so there's 52 weeks in a year. So if you go once a week, you'd have to find four quarters a week or four carts a week just to get a buck. I don't know. I don't usually find coins on the ground. I'll usually get a cart. Like, so if someone gives me a cart at Aldi, I give the cart away when I'm done with it. That's kind of my policy. But if I find the cart, I keep the quarter. So
Gotcha.
I don't know. I think you could make $50 a year probably if
Yeah.
you're trying.
Okay, so there's a guy my brother's telling me about. You could try this with your cantaloupe. He's eating only eggs.
Yeah.
And this guy's been,
Yeah.
have you heard of him?
No, I've heard of eating only eggs though.
Okay. He's on Instagram. He's got like a following. He's kind of keeping track from the beginning of the year. He's up to like 400 or 500 eggs so far, but just slamming eggs every day.
He's probably
So
losing weight like crazy.
I feel like you should try that. You should give that a go, like eggs and cantaloupe, and see what happens to your body.
I did an egg fast that lasted like 3 days one time. I did that.
How was it?
It wasn't bad. I mean, you could eat as many eggs as you want. So like you're full, but after 3 days, you're sick of eggs. So, but I lost a couple pounds and it's basically keto is what it is. Like you're not eating any
Yeah.
carbs, right? So, yeah,
Yeah. Interesting.
yeah.
Um, I got another segment here.
What you got?
Neither of us are tatted up, but if you had to get a tattoo right
Oh
now,
man.
what would you choose? And where would you put it?
Why would I have to get a tattoo? That's the question. Like, what kind of situation am I in? It's like a hostage situation? Gotta get a tat?
Um, I don't like the hostage situation. That one sounds a little bit dark.
You know, something I would
Let's
get.
just say you just downed a bottle of sugar-free maple syrup with your friends,
Been
and you're
there.
just wound up. You've been there. They were like, "Let's go get tattoos," and you're like, "Yeah, let's go for it."
Yeah, so, obviously viewers, well, might not be obvious, but I'm not a big tattoo fan, but that's just my own personal opinion. If you've got one, I've got nothing against you. I don't care. But, I think probably the only tattoo I would get, I think, would be a tramp stamp. I'm just kidding. Oh man, I'm just joking. No, but
Like a Hello Kitty tramp stamp,
no,
or
I was thinking like some waves and then like a dolphin just like jumping out of the waves. So maybe a couple dolphins. No, I think probably the only tattoo I would probably ever get would be a wedding ring tattoo. And
yeah, I could see that.
I'd have to be real sure. Like, he's not going anywhere, right? That would be awkward. Um, so, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably what I do. What about you?
that's an interesting answer. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I saw a lady that I thought was kind of a cool idea. She had like a Hello Kitty on the back of her neck.
Okay,
That
respect.
could be an interesting look.
Yeah,
So, like a Hello Kitty with an X'd out eye. I think that could be kind of cool. Kind of telling
yeah.
the story.
I saw a guy in Circle K the other day getting pizza out of the thing that spins around and has pizza in it, and he had a big pot leaf on his cheek. And I was like, all right, well, at least we know what you're about. There's no hiding that. Yeah, I'm just like, some of these tattoos I look at and I'm just, and again, viewers, if you have a tattoo, that's fine. I don't have anything against
Yeah,
you. But I feel like some people don't really think it through. Like
yeah.
they're just like, what do you think? Pot leaf right here on my face. It's like, or it's like Hello Kitty on my neck. It's like you're gonna have this for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I feel like people get
Dude, there was
tattoos. Go ahead, sorry.
no. You're fine. You feel like he'll get tattoos?
It's just at weird times in their life too, like midlife
Yeah,
crisis. Like you see the ladies get like a tattoo on their foot or on their wrist, and it's like you're 50 years old. I don't know. Like maybe I'm wrong for feeling that way, but or like a guy that gets like a tat on his arm when he's like in his 40s or 50s, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, do we need that at this point?
probably not.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. There's been only one time that I was actually scared of this dude. He had a barcode going across his forehead
Oh wow.
and a few other intense tattoos. I can't remember if it was the pentagram or what, but he had a bald head and had one all over the top of his head. And I was like, probably don't want to mess with that guy.
Yeah, that's sketchy. When I was about 12 years old, as I lost all my hair, my grandmother tried to convince me to tattoo eyebrows onto my face. So, as a 12-year-old, I had enough common sense to say, Grandma, but my brow line's going to grow, and then the eyebrows will just be really small because I'm only 12 years old. But that didn't occur to her.
You'd have these real teeny tiny
Yeah,
ones.
and
Look
she's
like
like,
a
no,
like.
they'll fill them in. They'll fill them in. And I'm like, this is a recipe.
Oh
As a
shoot!
12-year-old, I had enough foresight, just like the builders of
Yep.
Massillon, the engineers, had enough foresight to see what was going on. So, Yeah.
Oh, dude, would you not have loved to have been a fly on the wall in those meetings? Hey, so we're going to propose a new shopping center. Where at? Over there by the sewage plant.
That sounds like
Yeah,
a
great
good
idea.
idea. Yeah. Sounds
Sounds
like.
good. Should we run that through city council?
No.
Nah, we're good.
Now it's outside of the city limits out there. We don't even do anything. Just pop it up. Let's throw it up there.
That's true. It's right by the Juvie Center.
Yeah, right across the street from in Indian River, I think it's called. Apparently that
Yep.
place is pretty
Yep.
rough. So,
Yeah, I've heard that.
yeah, I've heard it's like a torture working there and yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Did you do a little bit of time there as a youth?
I was just actually thinking that of like, dude, I just thank God for the parents that I had, honestly. Like my dad would have killed me before I ended up in one of those cells. Pretty convinced. So, yeah,
Makes you thankful for that.
for sure. For sure. So, we've got an hour in here. We've got one more segment, viewers. You, Jeremy, had come up with this one. If you had to be stuck in an elevator with someone famous, who would you choose?
Yeah, so let's set some parameters on that. It's got to be someone that's like recognizably famous too.
Okay.
So it can't just be like a low-level celebrity, mayor of Maslin type of person. We're looking for someone with a little bit more clout.
Okay.
And maybe you share why you would select that person.
Yeah. And so how long are we stuck in the elevator? What building are we in? Do we have any snacks? Like, what's the situation here?
It's got to be in there long enough. And let's add some snacks. Let's say you can take 2 snacks with you. You kind of know that something bad's going to happen that day. You have foresight. Again, back to the good foresight of Maslin. And you have some snacks, maybe some energy drinks with you. So go ahead and take, pretzels and an energy drink, coffee and a Snickers bar, whatever you're going to take with you. And you're going to be in there for, let's say it takes them 8 hours, 10 hours.
8
So long
hours?
enough to be able to,
Are you serious?
8 hours, 8
Oh
hours.
my
Yeah.
goodness. Dude, that changes things dramatically.
Well, what were you thinking?
I thought like an hour.
Oh, no. No, stuck in an elevator. Yeah. Well, who are you going to pick for an hour?
I don't know. So I'm trying to think of like the person that I want. So it's like, yeah, do you want someone funny or do you want someone smart that's going to be able to help you get out of the elevator? Do you want, yeah. But then I'm thinking to myself too, like, I don't watch a ton of TV. You don't watch a ton of TV. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Cause I'm like, it would be cool to be stuck with someone like a Trey Kennedy. That would be funny. He's not necessarily like super famous, but he's got a pretty good size following. He's a comedian. So I'm like, that would be fun. Or like a Tim Hawkins or something like that. Just sitting around laughing together. That'd be a lot of fun. Or maybe some of the Dude Perfect guys. My boys and I love watching those guys. They would think that was so cool if I got to get a picture with them and talk to those guys. So, but 8 hours is a long time. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of bonding. So, I don't know. I guess I would pick. Yeah, I guess I would pick the Dude Perfect guys. I feel like that would be really cool. I think my kids would think that was really cool too. So that's what I'd go with. And I'd bring a cantaloupe.
Okay.
I'd bring a couple of cantaloupes.
Okay. So you're just like get on the elevator with like 6 melons in your hands.
Just just they're falling everywhere.
That's what causes the problem.
Yeah.
You drop it, They go to help catch it. Someone accidentally jars it. It gets locked in, and you're stuck.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that's the situation. Then we're 8 hours in. Thankfully, Elon Musk sends a
Dude.
satellite and bails us out.
Oh, dude. What's funny about that is you picked a whole bunch of dudes. So you think about like, there's what, 5 or 6 dude perfects?
Well, I could
Is
just
it
pick
six
one. I
guys?
can just pick one guy. I think that's probably what I would do.
Okay, I was gonna say that'd be pretty tight for 8 hours, and I'm just thinking, inevitably, someone's gonna have to go to the bathroom for 8 hours.
That's true.
Like you got to find a pee corner.
Wow, things got dark. You're right.
Things got dark, but this is just real life.
Sure. Who are you picking?
So I gave it a lot of thought because I was like, well, I kind of went through the checklist of people like yourself. Like I'm not a big, like there's not a single person in Hollywood that would interest me to be stuck in an elevator with. Um, I thought about a comedian. I thought, a comedian could be fun. I did think of Hawkins. Him and John Crist were two I thought of. I did think of Trey Kennedy. There's a few guys that could be kind of fun to be stuck with. And then, but the problem is you don't know, like, okay, so they're funny, but would a situation like that just derail them? Would they be able to just manage, like, you know, stressful situation? I have a feeling like Trey Kennedy strikes me as someone that'd be very claustrophobic,
Yeah.
and he could get antsy. So you might be like, this wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. So I kind of went back and forth, and I decided, because I love baseball, dude, I love baseball. And I'm like, who could I just sit down and talk baseball with for like hours on end? Um, and that would just make you laugh and would be kind of cool to chat with. And he's not alive, so I don't know if it works, but I think Harry Carey.
Harry Carey. Yeah. So
Dude,
you're,
he spanned how many decades of baseball? Just a funny dude. You could sit there and just talk. Like, I feel like time would just go by.
yeah. I honestly don't know anything about Harry Carey outside of the Will Ferrell skits. That's the
Okay,
only Harry
so
Carey exposure I have.
yeah, so he was obviously the announcer for the Cubs, and I always watched the Cubs games with my grandpa. And dude, if you could have heard him pronouncing all of the last names of like these Asian pitchers and stuff,
I
dude,
love stuff like that.
it was unbelievable. And he would just laugh at himself, and he's completely butchering it. But just a fun guy, and just have like a good sense of humor. Would laugh at himself.
Yeah.
Didn't take stuff too serious. I feel like that's the kind of guy I could get stuck in an elevator with and just be kind of like chill.
Yeah.
So
That would be key. Like, you
if
don't want someone that's going to be anxious and like freak out. You want someone that's going to be,
yeah,
let's be fun about this. We're here. They're going to get us out. It's just a melon drop accident. It's a big deal, you know? So I feel like Tim Hawkins would be fun in that situation.
I think he could be fun. I
Yeah.
think he could be fun,
But yeah.
dude. You had an interesting interaction with him.
Yeah. So he's a comedian, viewers. And I went and saw him in person. This would have been 6 years ago. So it's for my 5th wedding anniversary. I forget what year that would be. 2016. So in 2016, I went and got good seats. Like I was like 4 rows back, I think, from the front, which that's not something I would usually do, but I was like, special occasion, let's go. So we went to Buffalo. I'm there in the audience, and you know, these comedians, they have people warm up for them. They kind of get you in the mood to laugh. You're just geared up to laugh. You just want to laugh, right? And so he's starting out a joke, and he's like, so I have a friend who's mentally handicapped, and I just lose it. Like I'm dying laughing when he says, I have a friend who's mentally handicapped. And he like is like, sir, I was the only one laughing. There's like 1,000 people, more than that. This whole place is packed. And he's like, "Sir, that is not the joke." And like people are looking at me like in shame, and then people start laughing, and then he like references, like calls back to me later on, like singles me out, like looks at me across the room, like, was it, you think I was funny? And I was just, it was funny. It was legitimately funny. So it was totally an accident. Like, obviously I don't think like that, like people with disabilities, like I don't think that's funny, but I was just laughing at everything. And so it was just funny. I can't explain it. And I'm sorry, but yeah, that was an interesting time. I forgot about that.
Dude, that's funny. Such a good story.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a good
we
time.
went and watched him a handful of years ago, and I just remember like leaving that place. My stomach hurt from laughing. My face hurt from laughing. It's such a good time.
Yeah, yeah, it
It
really
was funny
is.
today. The kids and I did like an impromptu lunch at the park, and we were talking, and they were saying something about like, "Oh, you need to do this for the podcast tonight." And little,
Mm,
little Claire is like, "The Jay Rich podcast," and I was like, "Yep, the Jay Rich podcast."
yeah,
She started laughing because I was laughing, so it was funny.
yeah,
You made me think of that.
yeah. It's a fun nickname, Jay Rich. My son Jonah likes it. He calls himself Jay Rich as well. So it's fun.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, because he's Jay Rich, if you think about it,
He
Jonah.
is. Um, you've had a couple different nicknames through the years. Which one's been the one you like the least and the one you like the most?
I definitely like I definitely like Jay Rich the best. Um, yeah, my kids call me Big Pop. I like that nickname too. That's fun. Big Pop. Um, I in high school they called me Bald Kid because I got it when I was like in seventh, eighth grade, something like that, because I was a bald kid. So yeah, I don't know, but Jay Rich definitely, because it's like, you know, Big Pop is fun too, and it's my
Yeah, you
kids.
got two more you left out. Big Thirsty. That one's kind of hung
May
around.
he rest in peace. Yes. What else did I leave out?
And there was a period of time, I think we called you University.
Because I went
Remember
to
when
Kent
Wilcox?
State University.
Yeah, I think Wilcox called you University for a while. I think you started getting really smart. Sorry, I went
Yeah,
outside just to look at
right.
the stars. And you started getting really smart, and I think that's where that nickname came up.
Yeah, I think I was just enrolled at a local community college, and
Yeah.
so, dude, I'm in your phone as that. That's
J-
wild.
yep. I never changed it since then. But I've seen about nicknames, and we can both relate on this. So my nickname as a kid growing up was Tank. And I look at my kids now and I'm like, dude, they're just solid like a tank. And I'm glad they're solid. Like there's no, you know, there's some kids that are just so frail and brittle looking. You just think, man, the wind's going to blow them over. They're going to get busted up. And so the nickname Tank just kind of hung around, but it also then I feel like it carried into, I kind of maybe embraced it a little too much. And then I just became Husky.
So your nickname was Husky?
No, it never changed to Husky, but I just
Okay.
became Husky.
Okay,
And I can
gotcha.
always remember like looking at myself and thinking like, man, you know, I'd say certain things. My mom's like, no, you're not, you got bigger bones. And I was like, I don't have bigger bones, Mom. I have a bigger
I'm
belly.
fat.
I'm fat.
I have type 2 diabetes. I'm 12 years old, Mom.
I've eaten myself to this place. And not that if you're solid as a kid that you're going to become this, but it's funny when you think about like nicknames and think about what you were, and you're like, oh yeah, I was just, I can remember my mom just said like, yeah, you just need, what did she say about the pants? There's something she always, um, yeah, you need a little bit more, you know, a little more room just around like the hips and the crotch and the waist. Like the pants are just not designed for your body type. Thanks, Mom.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like a one size fits all, Mom. What are you saying
That's
here?
it. Dude, and that's why I think I loved sweatpants back in the day. Dude, sweatpants were like the win because you could just put them on. Didn't matter how large or small you were, they were right there.
I usually always wear jeans nowadays. I'm
Do
wearing
ya?
athletic pants right now just because I'm inside the house all night. But usually even around the house I just wear blue jeans. I
Mm,
don't know, maybe it's because I'm a dad, I guess.
could be. So
Middle age.
I used to wear a lot of like warm-ups, like basketball warm-ups and stuff like that. And I could see
Hmm.
myself getting into that stuff now a little bit. Although I find myself wearing shorts or jeans, same thing. It's just like I'm gonna be outside, doing work. I can't be wearing jogging pants.
Yeah, and like I feel like too, you got stuff in your pockets and then the pants start like drooping down or the pockets are swaying when you're walking and it's like, no, I just want to be able to have my phone in my pocket, like a pocket knife and my wallet. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
What's your opinion? Would you ever go to the joggers, like the tapered ankle joggers?
I don't know. I would like if someone bought me a pair, I would try them for like wearing around the house. I might wear them around the house, but I'm not gonna go out in them, I don't think.
Okay.
That's just me.
I've heard they're comfortable, but I don't own a pair, so yeah, I don't know. If someone bought me a pair, maybe I'd try them. So my wife picked me up some shorts. She's always looking for things. She's like, "Oh, you'll like these shorts and stuff like that." She always does a good job picking stuff out. Well, she picked these out, and I'm actually wearing a pair that she bought for me. They're super comfortable. It's this brand that she likes, and she bought me two pairs. And the one pair, I'm like, okay, I see these pairs working for me. And the other pair, I asked her, I was like, did you buy these for me or for you?
Hmm.
And she's like, oh, I got those for you. I think they'll look great. And I was like, you've seen this body type. This body type is not, these are going to look like short biker shorts on me.
Yeah.
Dude, I tried, I put them on, and when the kids started laughing, thinking I was wearing mommy shorts,
Yeah.
I'm like, definitely nothing I'm going to be wearing out in public.
You told your kids, you're like, guys, it's just like grandma said, these pants were not made for me. I just need a little more room. Yeah.
Just a little bit more of room and a little bit more length. A little bit too, yeah, too taunt.
Yeah. Yeah, I was chubby as a kid, so I was in Husky stuff for sure, but what can you do, you know? I feel like I'm in a normal size now, like I'm not upset about it. They say every size over 34 you are for a guy, it like ups your risk of heart attack and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know.
Are you a 34?
I can get into a 34, but it's tight on my butt, honestly. And so I usually roll in a 36.
Okay.
36, like ideal length would be 33, so they don't make that, so you got to decide between 32 and 34. Usually I go 32 because I wear boots a lot and it just kind of makes up for it. But yeah, what can you, I don't know. Yeah, you're
Interesting.
probably like a 32.
I go 32, 32. It's the
Yeah,
perfect size.
must be nice.
We'll get you there. Cantaloupe a day, you'll be there before you know it.
Yeah, I was at you see some of these sizes in the store and it's like 54.28. It's like, what? There's someone walking around, like you're able to walk a 54-inch waist? What in the world? That's almost
Oh,
double. Yeah, but I see some of these pant sizes on clearance and I'm just like, what the heck is going on?
Dude, you
So
nailed it with those sizes.
yeah,
You're just picturing like the penguin walking around, just this giant barrel belly.
I was a 42 at one point.
You were a
I
42?
was a 42. Yeah, back in like
No.
2017. Yeah,
Wow.
I
You
was
were
a 42.
large.
Yeah, dude, I was almost 280 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, that's almost
You
50 pounds more. I'm upper 230s right now. I don't mind sharing that with the viewers. I'm trying to get down to 215 is my goal. But yes, I was almost 50 pounds more than what I am now. Same height,
do
50
you
pounds.
regret being that close to your goal of hitting 300 and missing the mark?
Every day, every day. If I'd have just say one more Swiss roll cake every day, I could have hit my goal.
Dude, if you'd have just implemented your childhood snack routine, dude, you'd have nailed it.
Pretty much all, like I was eating that and I was hitting vending machines at work and like it's funny now, but like at the time, it's disgusting.
Dude,
So
yeah, that's large. I mean, that's going
yeah,
up like what, 8 pant sizes from a
yeah, they usually go
34?
up in twos. They usually go up in twos, right? So
Okay.
36, 38, 40, 42. Yeah. So
Wow.
I'm not proud of it, but I was there. So I'm thankful for the Netflix documentary on veganism that got me started down the road of eating eating healthy. Seriously, like it's stupid. Like
Yeah.
veganism's dumb,
Yep.
right? But it's like that was like the first time where I really said like I'm gonna change the way that I'm eating. Like this is the problem is my food. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Dude, that's hard to believe you at 280. Because you've got a bigger frame, so I feel like you can probably carry more weight than most. Because also, too, muscle weighs more than fat, but 280, unless you're playing football, you're carrying a lot of extra.
yeah, and I wasn't playing football, so it was just carrying a lot of extra, all in my neck. Like I gained weight in my face. Yeah,
What was your neck size? What did that go from?
I think it was. I think it was. It's about the size of an Easter ham. It's just. It's huge. Huge. Yeah, but I always like I gain weight in my neck and in my stomach. Those are the places, neck and stomach. So like I'll still keep the
Okay,
toned arms and legs, but yeah, I look
okay,
like
so it's I've heard that your neck is half of your waist. So if you were a 42, that means you had a 21 inch. That sounds about the size of a of an Easter ham.
21-inch neck. That'd be wild. Be a neck bigger around than my head.
Dude, I mean, we've all seen those people before, and your mind is just kind of blown when you see like the neck is just, I mean, it's pumped.
Yeah, and there really is no neck at that point. Your head just morphs into your shoulders. Yeah. So,
Oh, dude, I have a childhood memory, and I'll never forget it because you never know the damage. Like if you say harsh things to kids, they just hold on to stuff. And like, I'm not bitter, or angry at this individual. At the time, I was angry at him, but I can remember. So as a kid, I collected baseball cards. I still actually have a lot of my baseball cards. I contemplate getting rid of them, but I'm like, I'm going to keep them. And I should say my parents had these family friends, and I won't use this guy's name. I think he's got to be dead with the weight he was carrying. He was over 400 pounds.
hmm,
He was that 56-28 pant size, maybe even larger. And I can
dangerous.
literally
Yeah.
dangerous. It was so dangerous. Literally, the last time we invited him over, my mom made Mexican food. He had to take a dump, and he broke the wax ring on our toilet, and our toilet leaked.
You didn't have a roof.
True,
You had a broken toilet from a fat man. A rough
true,
house you grew up in.
dude. True story. True story. It was unbelievable. But I'll never forget, we were collecting baseball cards, and the guy, imagine going to someone's house and you've already blown up the toilet. You're already at 56, 28, or you're something like that. And he's sitting on the couch, and we wanted to show him our baseball cards. I forget how we were talking about baseball. He's like, these things are worth nothing. I wouldn't pay you a penny. He's like, so that's what it's worth. It's worth a penny because I'll give you a penny. And I can literally remember being like a 10-year-old or 10 or 11 and thinking to myself, you're so fat, I wouldn't even take a penny from you. It was the most insane thing. I'm like, looking back, I'm like, can you imagine just telling this kid, like, just shooting down his hopes and dreams on baseball cards, and you're like, you're having trouble breathing. Your neck, it can't expand.
Yeah,
Dude,
you're
it
like
was.
roasting these kids, wishing you had a roast to eat. It's like, dude, what in the world? Get it together. Yeah. No, yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
viewers, I want to lose some weight. We're working on it. It's slow and steady. It's like the doctor said, a cantaloupe a day keeps the doctor away. So that's what we're
But
doing.
not the chiropractor doctor. Keep them in your life. I think I'd like to hear if there's any viewers that have done a prolonged fast. If anyone's done something longer than 24 hours. I've done like 36 hours. So I've never done a full 2 days. So I'm thinking about giving this thing a go, but I'd like to hear from someone that's actually done it.
I had a friend that did a fast for like 20 days. So I'll reach out to him, see the details on it.
Peter?
No, no, my friend Tony,
Okay.
he did a pretty long fast. So I'll ask him what he did.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll see.
Yeah,
Who
because
knows?
obviously you got to get some water and some electrolytes and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I think
yeah,
you salt and water is what you're taking
yeah,
in. So,
yep,
yeah, man.
yeah. If you
Well,
see me down 40 pounds on the next one, you might be up 40 and I'll be down 40 on the next podcast.
stay balanced. Someone's gaining if someone's losing. Making that up. That's a made up thing. Well, viewers, I think we're coming to a close here. Jerry, you got
Yep.
anything you wanna add in?
No, thank you to our faithful viewers that have been listening. Do we have any new subscribers?
We had one new subscriber, so thank you, whoever
Nice.
you are. So yeah, like and subscribe. And if you want to guess the change, and if you get it down to the penny, I will give it to you. So I'm not going to cheat you out of it, but it's a mason jar. Give it a guess. All right, guys. See you next time.
See ya.